You guys, today we had the great privilege of actually interviewing one of my close friends, DA Patsy Austin-Gatson from Gwinnett County, and her assistant DA, Daryl Mann. Great people, great conversations. We asked them what the district attorney office does. This is what our conversation led to.
We do a lot. Basically, we are charged with prosecuting the felony offenses in Gwinnett County. I know some DAs do more than that, as far as some don't have solicitors, so they'd be doing the misdemeanors and the felonies. But basically, Gwinnett County does have a solicitor who handles the misdemeanor offenses. The DA's office handles the felony level offenses in the county.
For the sake of clarification, what's the difference between the Solicitor General's office and the district attorney's office?
They also prosecute cases, but at the misdemeanor level. What that means is that to be charged with the misdemeanor, the most you can get as far as a penalty is 12 months in incarceration. You can also have fines, probation, but they can only prosecute those cases that would call for a 12-month period of incarceration.
Next, we asked DA Patsy, how does the district attorney's office affect us in our day-to-day lives as regular citizens? Check out what she had to say.
Well, we try to do what we can to keep the community safe. If someone has committed a crime, we want to hold them accountable. We want to always be cognizant of how it impacts victims in our community, because it's sort of like a ripple on a pond. When somebody has been violated in any kind of way, you'll see things impacted, like their family will be impacted, their jobs will be impacted, school situations will be impacted if something happened that involves that. So it's a lot of ripple effects where crime does impact the normal person's daily life. We don't like that. Unfortunately, when someone does commit a crime, it can go to all kind of levels. And we're here to make sure that people are held accountable and victims' rights are always considered. And we're, bound to do that by the Constitution of Georgia.
We asked DA Patsy, why is it important that as voters we educate ourselves on who's running for district attorney? This is what she had to say about that.
The district attorney makes policy for the office and for the community. It is my office runs the entire county of Gwinnett, and it's important for every citizen to be aware of what that position entails and to understand that we will set the policy for what goes on in our office. For example, when I was with the solicitor's office, there was a point where there was a problem with measuring THC, let's say, in hemp, which caused that office not to be able to prosecute marijuana cases. So pretty much Gwinnett County has been in the mode of not prosecuting low-level marijuana cases. And as we know, President Biden just said, we're not doing it at the federal level. So I think we're in sync. You want a prosecutor that is in sync with what's happening in the community. And for that, it caused, we have to evolve, and have to see where the community is at. I think that's very important in our office here, since I took office on January 1st, 2021, that we are in sync with what is happening in our community, and we are engaged with our community. This is the first time this office has been such engaged with the community, whereas I'm very proud of that. Right now for our office, we have ADAs, we have investigators going to the colleges and the schools, just interacting. Because I think it's very important for a DA's office to realize that we see so much of the underbelly of society. We see the bad things that you cannot, get out of your mind. You can't erase it. But I want my office to understand, and we are doing it, that our society, our community is a great community. So they are interacting with the community. They're interacting with our young people. And we are doing this, and I'm so proud of this office that we are doing it. And we are the most diverse office, prosecutor's office in the state. And I challenge any DA to come up against that. We have everybody here. You know, and I'm so proud of that too, that we are reflecting the community. Gwinnett County is one of the most diverse communities in the Southeast, is the diverse community in the Southeast. And our office reflects that too.
With all the crazy shootings happening with police today, we wanted to get DA Patsy's opinion on it. So we asked her, how does the DA's office affect the policing policies that we deal with every day in America, in the state of Georgia? This is what she had to say.
We do decide what cases we're going to prosecute. But as far as the police departments, they are independent of the district attorney's office. Although we do work hand in hand, they do arrest and they charge. And then once the case comes to us, we review it and we make a decision whether we're going to proceed with that case and what charges are going to go on it. And you can chime in, Darryl, whenever you want.
I think that was a perfectly fine answer. That the police department, while we work collaboratively, as Patsy likes to say, they are very separate and distinct from what we do. In terms of how we interact with them, I think our interaction comes in terms of we review their decisions they make on cases when they charge them, and decide if it's legally sufficient to go forward or not. That's kind of the DA's office role when it comes to dealing with police officers. So yeah, separate and distinct, but we work together.
We asked her about some of the positive initiatives that the Gwinnett DA's office is currently doing. Listen to more of what she had to say and what the DA's office could do in our community to positively impact our society.
We've done several things that has never been done here before, and I'm happy with that. We engaged with our community. We had a junior DA investigator mentorship program that we ran this summer. It was very successful. I think the community is aware that we care about the young people in our community, and they had an opportunity to come here for 10 days, and they got to learn what DAs and investigators do in this office. We also were able to pour into them as far as conflict resolution, training, also motivation, and also just for them to know what we do. And we had very successful output with that. I think Terrell can speak further because he's still been in touch with some of those students that went through the program this summer. I think every DA in this state wants to keep their community safe. And I think we work really hard at that, and we strive for that. So that's what we're all about.
Thank you so much for being tuned to our conversation today. Hopefully you learned more about the state office we talked about today. Please don't forget, register to vote, get out and vote. November 8th, your vote makes a difference. Let's let our voices be heard.